Hollis Clothing, reporting for My City Magazine. I'm here with Brandi Kay. She is a promotional model and a youth minister, which I found really interesting because you normally don't find the pairing. She's really from Queens, New York, by the way. How did you travel down here?
Well, I'm originally from Queens, New York, like you said. We moved to Beaufort when I was about 9 or 10. My parents just wanted a better life, you know, for me and my brother, because, you know, New York, a lot of crime and stuff. Not saying there's crime everywhere, but it was just better, and then my dad's family was there. So once I graduated high school, we moved up to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now here I am, and I went to Winthrop University. My parents came up here with me, actually, when I started going to school at Winthrop, and Charlotte was just like a good medium between like city and suburbs, so that's how I got here.
Perfect description of my favorite hometown city. How would you, well, tell me about being a youth minister actually. What church do you minister at?
I'm a youth minister at The Movement. It was originally called Antioch Christian Center, and we're still Antioch. However, The Movement was just a way to get more people out to let them know that we are on the move for Christ. Not just our youth, but the adults there too. Being a youth minister, I just think it's very important because the youth are our future. Without them, like they're our next presidents, our next lawyers, our next basketball players, whatever they want to be, and I always try to encourage them and tell them that you can be whatever you want to be, no matter what.
Right on. I needed that message. Now as you can see, she's dressed really fancy out here, cooking in the sun by the boardwalk. And how would you define your style, or can you?
I always define my style as rock star couture. I think it's very sleek, very fashionable, but I think I just have that little extra edge, that little extra and that's where the rock star part comes in.
That's cool. I love your leggings actually. Do you remember where you got them?
My grandma actually bought them from me from, I believe it was Phelps. She got them from me. She said, Brandi, I'll get those for you if you like. I said, I'm not going to turn that down. Thank you, Grandma.
Well, that's cool. Does your grandmother inspire you at all style-wise, or is there any particular culture, era, or person that does that?
I would say Grace Jones. She's just so different, so outside the box. She's not scared to try new things. She's my favorite supermodel, and I really look up to her. And I really hope to meet her one day too, because I feel like there's a lot that we could discuss, and a lot that she could teach me as far as the fashion industry is concerned, and modeling, and acting, and singing, and all that other stuff.
Oh, you sing too?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
But I can rap a little bit. But
okay.
You know, I'm not.
That's exciting. That's cool. What did you use your record in?
Oh, it's right here.
She's in this, by the way. Let me see if I can find the page real quick. You said it was 7, right?
Page 7, last month's issue.
Shazam.
Here I am.
That is she right there. You know, that's exciting stuff right there. Really exciting stuff. So how did you get into promotional modeling, or just modeling in general?
Well, when I was in high school, I went so hard on being a basketball player. I was always saying I'm going to be in the WNBA and nothing was going to stop me. So I played from 6th to 11th grade. My senior year I got cut, which was like really, it hurt me. It did hurt me. But then one day a friend, her name is Angela, shout outs to Angela, she said, you know, you look like Bree from America's Next Top Model. And I said, really, do I? So I didn't know what that was, so I went and checked it out. I was like, oh, modeling, that might be something I'm interested in doing. At first I didn't know much about it, but I started doing my research, and you know, from then on I started practicing my poses, practicing my walk, and it's just something I've grown to love. And for me, it's not an option. I have to model. I have to do this because it's something that's really dear to me, and I feel like I'm not going to stop until I make it. And making it for me is like not just local, but going out of the country, Paris and Milan, walking in those shows, being on the front cover of Vogue magazine. That's something I'm really passionate about, and it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of
Absolutely, because there's a lot of models in town right now. A few that I know, a few that I've just seen around, and they ain't got no picture spread, not even a name in the corner of a page of any publication happening right now. So that's major right there, and definitely a huge congratulations. And she's also about to be 24. Yay! Happy birthday if I don't see you.
Thank you.
I would actually with a party at, but we're gonna wait and we'll see what happens with that. Now, I'm quite certain you haven't, or most people haven't, always been this stylish. When, if there ever was a time that you ever just had a terrible, terrible wardrobe day?
Actually, I used to be a tomboy, so heels for me, when I would wear skirts to school, people would take pictures, because they'd be like, you know you're wearing a skirt? What? And people would be trying to take pictures. So I would say now I would not put on any of that stuff that I used to wear, like basketball shorts, t-shirts. Like that was my wardrobe, basketball shorts and t-shirts. So, but now I just, study the styles, and I like to, just have my own little different look. Mix match colors. I don't think matching colors is in anymore, and I personally think it's boring. So I like, mixing up the colors.
That's the best way to go. It really is, because there's so many ways you can do that. Actually, fit is always there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Actually, as far as mixing colors, patterns, fit, and all of those things. So I have a game. It's called the Nameless Game.
Okay.
I will say a word, a singular word, fashion related, and you will say back to me a word or a phrase or a person or whatever comes to your heart first. Okay?
Okay.
You got me nervous. All right. Afro.
Brandi Kay.
Garter.
Marilyn Monroe.
Overalls.
Hillbilly.
Petticoat.
5th Street.
Crocs.
My mom, the nurse.
I would never thought of that. Cross.
Jesus.
Vintage.
Clothing.
Taper.
I don't know.
Black.
White.
Platform.
Heels.
Well, that was definitely obvious. I should have did platform. I should have did something a little more abstract, but that's part of the fun of it all. Okay, so in the era of reality TV, of course, Basketball Wives and things like that being as popular as they are, the thing that bugs me the most, I tell my friends all the time that Basketball Wives is the devil. Because it's like you go down the street and you see these girls at the bus stop with bodycon dresses on. And it's just like you have to understand that there's a time and a place for it all. Just because you see these young ladies walking down wherever they're walking down and they're pretty dressed with their earrings and their full face and makeup, it's like you have to realize they live a certain type of lifestyle where they have to keep up a certain level of image. I'm sorry, Charlotte young ladies. You riding cats is not it. It really isn't. I mean, if you feel good in that, then that's wonderful. Of course, wear what feels good to you, because that's definitely what I do. I wear what feels good to me in any moment, whether people like it or not. But at the same time, you never want to look foolish either. And, it just isn't it. They're on TV. They're on TV, and you aren't. You have to really make that and understand that distinction. What's your take on it?
My take on reality TV is kind of similar to yours. I feel like a lot of that is very staged. I feel like it's real to a certain extent, but again, it's for the image. You have to carry a certain image. You have a certain amount of money. You have people looking up to you for whatever reason, and there's a certain image, level of image that you have to maintain. So I feel like a lot of it, even some of them, I feel like some reality stars are miserable, but they can't show that on TV when they're on these shows and whatnot. They have to act uppity, happy all the time, like everything is going good in their lives, but in reality, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors with them. So that's my take on that.
Very true. I definitely agree with that. You really don't know. That full face of makeup beside a black eye. You never know. That's life for you. So what's the next step for Brandi Kay? What's the next thing? What's the next event? Whether you actually have it on your calendar or just, like you already said, you want to be overseas and everywhere else, which I definitely see you there as long as you keep pushing the way you're pushing. But yeah, what's the next step? What's your next step?
Actually, I have a promo event today at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater at a concert. But that's as far as promo modeling goes. As far as like fashion and whatnot, I plan to go audition for Charleston Fashion Week, and that'll be taking place, I believe, either February or March of next year. And right now, just continue to reach out to people in the area, continue to network with different photographers, runway coaches, people of that sort, to get my name and work out there. I'm good for networking. I'm on Facebook, Instagram a lot, just to figure out, you know, what's going on, who's doing what in the fashion industry. So basically just networking, trying to get my name out there.
Okay, give me all your social networkings, or tell the people.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's I am Brandi Kay, no underscores, just like that. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/BrandiK7. Twitter is also I am Brandi Kay. Those are all the networking sites I'm on. You can find me there.
Yay! Follow her and me at Babe Hollis on Twitter, Babe Hollis Clothing on Facebook, BabeHollisClothing.com. Check out my clothes. Feel free to buy them. I plan on putting plenty on her, so look out for that. You can email me as well if you want to talk to me. It's BabeHollisClothing@gmail.com, or just call me. Who doesn't have my number? 704-303-2300. It was wonderful talking to you. It was wonderful meeting you. You are incredibly beautiful, and I know for a fact you'll be successful. Just make sure you tell me hello in the future.
Definitely.
Well, thank y'all. My city out. I'm Clairsean.
And I'm Brandi Kay.
And we're getting so personal with So Personnel Productions.
Great.